Alicia's only 60? Alicia's only 60? They treat her like she's some frail, like, 80 or 90-year-old. I mean, I don't know what the life expectancy in Liberl is, but, like... Alicia's only 60? Jeez. I thought she was older than that. Total BP should be 365. This dialogue obviously changes depending on the side quests you've done and what bracer rank you are. Just that, like, 2-sentence thing there. Agate. Oh. Oh, wow. We do? Where? Oh. You know, three perspectives is better than just one, Cassius. Oh, boy. All right, game's not over yet, guys. First thing you want to do, well, I'm just going to save for the heck of it. But the first thing you want to do, if you haven't eaten all of the food yet, go ahead and eat every food that you haven't eaten yet. Gorge yourself. It's a festival. You're having fun. This is fun, right? I'm going ahead and, like, swapping between people. Just to do it. God, I have so much food. Most of this food can't be good anymore, right? Like, it's absolutely gone bad in our pocket, right? I think we already have eaten a potluck in a shell. But once you've eaten one of every food, you have all of the recipes. You should get an achievement. I believe it's the True Wonder Chef is the achievement. There you go. Should also note that, look, we got all of the things in the book except the 2 that we couldn't in Zeiss. So that's cool. We actually have a hidden quest. The last quest of the game is a hidden quest. To engage it, head on into the castle. Go upstairs and around the corner here into the lounge where you see Olivier having a drink or something. You alright, buddy? You okay, dude? Yeah. All right. Now that you've talked to Olivier, I don't think you need to talk to him twice like I did. But now that you've talked to Olivier, you're gonna want to... I'll speed up a bit. You're gonna want to go ahead and head to the Bracer Guild. Because at the Bracer Guild, which I just ran directly past, there's a new side quest, the Embassy Mission. I would like someone to find and detain one blonde-haired, self-proclaimed musician wearing a white coat who is thought to be arriving in the royal city by eventide today. The client is Mueller. So you can probably assume who he's talking about. In order to get that to show up on the bulletin board, you need to have talked to Olivier that one time. So that's why it's a hidden quest, and that's why it triggers with Olivier over here. But now that you've accepted the quest, pop back into the lounge and give Olivier a chat. Are you propositioning us, Olivier? I mean, we're not technically lying. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we didn't really trick you. We were just like, hey, we've got someone who needs to talk to you. And you were like, ooh, fancy. That's Olivier's voice. It's canon now. If I ever read out loud an Olivier line, it's going to be in that voice. Completed the embassy mission. Maximum BP is 368. That's the last quest. And if you've done everything right, you have full BP. And you've completed every job, 81. All right. Our next Our next task, for lack of a better term, of the anniversary celebration and the birthday celebration is to come over here and buy Liberl News Special. The last Liberl news in the game. And we're going to go ahead and take a read with it as well. The moment you open it, you should get an achievement for reading all of them. And I haven't practiced any more than last time, but I've got to do the last one in the voice. Septian Calendar, 1202. Intel's coup d'etat plot thwarted. Full report. Rescue operation for Her Highness the Queen. Holy crap, this is 19 pages. Rescuing Her Majesty the Queen. Yesterday at noon, a group comprised mostly of bracers and members of the Royal Guard stormed Grand Salle Castle. After rescuing Her Majesty, who had been placed under house arrest by the Intelligence Division, said group suppressed the Special Operations Unit of that division, thereby liberating the Royal Castle. How did they get that photo? Well, I mean, I guess Dorothy and Neil were like watching. They were tipped off. IT Commanding Officer Colonel Richard, as well as other high-ranking officers involved, were placed under house arrest, or not house arrest, just regular arrest, and charged with attempting to incite a coup d'etat. In this issue, I intend to make a full account of the hidden truth behind this string of incidents. Message to the readers. I am sure there are many out there who are dumbfounded by the headings printed in this issue. Up until now, this magazine has withheld publishing information concerning major events which surrounded the occupation of the Royal Castle, placement of Her Majesty under house arrest, and other such circumstances of pertinence in an endeavor to uncover the Intelligence Division's dark conspiracy. The Liberl News sincerely apologizes for the abrupt coverage, in addition to asks that the readers understand our decision in this matter. Editor-in-Chief. I'm gonna just go back to my regular voice. I've given up at this point. Alan Richards' plan. The young founder of the Intelligence Division, behind his humble facade, there lurked a calculating schemer and acting a carefully planned coup d'etat. Richard's plan all began through the utilization of the Intelligence Division as a personal recruitment tool to amass a group of senior military officers mired in corruption and illicit affairs. These actions allowed Richard to hold the heart of the Royal Army within the palm of his hand, for a time at least. General Morgan and other such incorruptible figures of importance, on the other hand, were forcibly bound, imprisoned, or otherwise restrained from interfering. Terrorism incident resolved. In sum, the soldiers in blue uniforms were the perfect imitative deception with which to frame the Royal Guards. The goal of the incident itself was to secure certain test equipment and abduct Professor Russell, the leading specialist in orbment research, but the background surrounding this event is still under investigation by the Bracer Guild. Royal Princess held hostage. After gaining control over a large majority of the army, Richard finally set his coup d'etat plan in motion, placing Her Majesty's nephew, Duke Dunan von Auslies, on the throne in her stead. Richard assumed control over the royal family from the shadows. His plan was to press Her Majesty and to abdicate the throne by taking Her Highness Princess Claudia hostage, but the Royal Guard, led by First Lieutenant Schwartz, saw right through the machinations. A fierce battle ensued between the Special Operations Unit and the Royal Guard over Her Highness, the Princess. However, being outnumbered, the Royal Guard's stand ended in defeat and Princess Claudia was taken captive. Following the incident, members of the Royal Guard were branded as terrorists and the unit was driven underground. With nothing standing in Richard's way, the success of his coup d'etat was only a matter of time. Unlikely heroes make an appearance. Amidst the chaos, an unheralded ray of light shone down upon the scene. A certain few individuals infiltrated the castle and slipped past the security of the Special Operations Unit. Moreover, they succeeded in meeting with Her Majesty the Queen, who was under house arrest at the time. I have refrained from writing those individuals' names in deference to the Bracer Guild's request, but suffice to say, the guild itself, which had been dark due to regulations sanctioned by the Intelligence Division, was for the first time able to grasp the direness of the situation, thanks to the information acquired by these nameless heroes. Their names are Estelle and Joshua. After being appraised of the chain of events, the Bracer Guild would become a central force in opposition to the Intelligence Division. Liberation of the Queen. The Bracer Guild rendezvoused with the estranged Royal Guard and set about liberating the Herb Royal Villa through a joint operation carried out under the Veil of Night, and beginning with Her Highness Princess Claudia, succeeded in rescuing the hostages. Then yesterday, using the toiling noon bell of the Grenfell Cathedral as a cue, a rescue team primarily made up of bracers and members of the Royal Guard pressed forward with a plan to storm the castle in a three-pronged attack from the air, the land, and the underground. This must have been published a little while ago, because a week ago is when this all happened. As Rangers of the Royal Army under the command of the Intelligence Division fell upon the liberating group, a deadly battle with the Special Operations Unit erupted within the halls of Grancel Castle and even spread to the lower levels. The struggle finally came to an end with the safe rescue of Her Majesty Queen Alicia. At roughly the same time, a unit of the Royal Army that had come within sight of the castle ceased its advance after being persuaded to lay down arms by General Morgan, who had escaped from captivity and rushed to the royal capital. The coup d'etat plan would have been crafted by Richard and the Intelligence Division had been, without a doubt, thwarted at the narrow brink of no return. The face of this nameless paramilitary unit. As is evident from the information presented in this article, the ambitions of the Intelligence Division were not shattered by the strength of a lone hero, but by the combined courage by the combined courage of a host of unnamed individuals who in the end wielded the strength necessary to bring down the curtains on this intricate scheme. It had also been rumored that a number of civilians stood shoulder to shoulder with the ranks of the Royal Guard and bracers in this endeavor. During the final struggle, the forces gathered together on the Liberator's side were, in fact, put in a situation which many would agree was insufficient in terms of strength to combat this foe. However, it was the courage of these civilians that compensated for the deficiency. Take a drink of water. As a reporter caught up in the mix, I was also one of those individuals who found themselves being borne up by this incredible energy. Among those who gave me the strength to carry on, among those who, I slapped my mic, I'm sorry. Among those who gave me the strength to carry on were two junior bracers in particular, to whom I owe a special debt of gratitude. For without them, penning these articles would have been an impossibility. As we come to the end of these tumultuous events, I am once again overcome with feelings of reverence and thankfulness. The two individuals of whom I have spoken are scheduled to be awarded with their long-awaited status by the Bracer Guild at any moment. Please forgive my use of the following space as a personal message in consideration for those heroes who saved the Liberl Kingdom. My heartiest congratulations to the both of you, and if you're ever in the mood for curry, it's all on me. Signed N. It's Neil. Society. Royal Guard reinstated. The Royal Guard, which had been branded as terrorist and force underground, has had its honor restored. The Army Strategic Operations Headquarters also decided today that the Royal Guard will be officially reinstated, and it is expected that the First Lieutenant Schwartz and all of her fellow officers will be returning to their former unit. Society. General Morgan promoted? The coup d'etat plan was carried out by a division of military that should have served as a protective shield to the public. The Royal Army itself, unable to forestall this serious incident despite the threat it posed to the nation, will refocus its prime objective on restructuring and reorganizing in order to prevent such future tragedies. To head the movement, the Royal Assembly has already proposed that the leadership be awarded to General Morgan. The Royal Army has shown signs that it will comply with these demands, and General Morgan is expected to accede to the office of Commander of Strategic Operations. In addition, it was announced that former Colonel Cassius Bright, who acted as the general's right hand during the 100 Days War, will be making a return, this time as an adjunct to the commander. The former colonel had, after the war, resigned from his post and transferred his considerable talents to the Bracer Guild. Society. Mystery at the Tetracyclic Towers. Yesterday afternoon, numerous reports came in from all over the kingdom in witness to a mysterious light. It had been said that a beam of light shone from the tops of the Tetracyclic Towers. We are presently awaiting an investigation into the matter, as no further details are known at this time. Sorry, just had to finish my water after reading all of that. Okay, one more thing we want to do real quick is pop over to the ice cream stand for a scene. Cool. So now we have an objective. But first, we have our final, well, actually, technically not our final, but our victory our victory lap of new NPC dialogue. And of course, we're starting off with these two. Hello, Anton and Ricky. Okay, bye. In the grocery area here is a certain butler's face that we recognize. Philip, you're allowed to enjoy yourself now, it seems. You can also check up on Edel. There's a sale? I'm asking about the sale. Okay. There's also some bracers here. Hey, Enlace. Oh boy. Okay, Endless. We also got Karna and Shara here. Cool. Getting some new clothes. In the Sunnybell Inn, we've got a bunch more bracers. Thanks, Grant. And hi, Kurt. And below, we've got Zin and Agate. An agate. Agate, you can't be like, ooh, interesting, I want to do this thing, and then also be like, nah. Unfortunately, it looks like Elnan doesn't get a day off. Oh. The entire group? If Lawrence was from Jester, do you think more of the special ops were from Jester? No, a lot of the special ops seem to be like Liberl natives that were very passionate about Liberl, but yeah. Huh. Interesting. Good. Do you say anything else? Oh, you're just telling me, go talk to the bracers. I'm gonna go talk to the, I mean, I talked to most of them already. But yeah. In the Fisherman's Guild, we've got some familiar faces, like Murdoch here. And also, Mayor Klaus. Klaus. I will never say his name correctly. Got some other mayoral friends down here by the fountain. Hey, Maybell. Yeah. And Lila. Oh, Lila. Sigaro's just hanging out in his house for some reason. Wait, a world pilgrimage? You've only been on a Liberl pilgrimage, dude. Alright. In the Liberl News Service building, Dorothy. The Pulitzer Prize? The victory lap, they just would, they threw the fourth wall out the window. The Pulitzer is just a Zamurian Pulitzer. Oh, it's just, yeah, okay. Speaking of Neil, hey. Yeah. That's all right, but you owe us some curry, it sounds like. He's not acknowledging that though, Neil, so I'll have to get you later on it. In the coffee house, we have Tita and Professor Russell. Hey, bud. Ice cream is good. I'm sure he's had ice cream before. Maybe? I don't know, actually. Hey, Professor. Oh, he's not Professor Russell anymore. He's just Russell. That doesn't sound like Agate at all. Interesting. I mean, it's good to hear about that side of Agate, I guess. If you pop into the cathedral, you'll find our First Lieutenant Julia Schwartz here, or Schwarz. Aw. If you head into the North Block via the West Block, you can intercept Becker here, the messenger, for one of the best lines in the game. It does, Becker. It really does. In the Hotel Rowenbaum are a bunch of faces we recognize. Hi, Jill. And Hans. Also, it's kind of a silly question. It's the Queen's birthday celebration. You should see him in the maid outfit. And also our friend Chloe. I like Chloe. And also the Dean. Cool, that's really all you have to say, I guess. With a quick pop over to the landing port, here's Faye. You'll remember Faye from Zeiss. And you may also remember the soldier from a side quest we had to do, involving Faye from Zeiss. Hi, Brom. Aw. That's sweet. All right. And now, actually, in the castle, we can pop into, first, the maid quarters and say hey to Hilda. Thanks, Hilda. And we can also pop into the throne room for some other people. Like Dad. Okay. And General Morgan. You know, it's not really a thank you, but coming from General Morgan after everything that we've done with him, it's real good. Yeah. And then Queen Alicia. Ah, Queen Alicia really knows. And that's all I would like to show off. There's probably some NPCs I missed that are important, and there's probably some good dialogue from unimportant NPCs that I've also missed. But feel free to explore yourself. When you're ready, come to the rest area. And choose to stop and rest. Estelle. Oh, Professor Alba. I guess I hadn't seen you around town, so. This is why I want you to experience the game on your own. Like everything you've been saying up until now, Estelle? I feel like I'm going to be mostly silent for the rest of this. There's going to be a bit where I'm going to talk a little bit, but Yeah, you do. Wherever he is, he's playing pretty loudly. All right. I don't know if I can. I can't. I was wondering if I could make it to the rest of the castle. But actually, you can talk to a couple other people who are in the castle before you head up to the garden terrace. And you get to hear a longer version of the whereabouts of light the longer you wait. This inn is not plastered, but I was expecting. One more room to pop into. Agate, Tita, and the professor are here. You're like an engineer, though, Tita. Yeah. I could get to Agate. And the lounge? Olivier's here. Thought it would be at the embassy at this point. Oh, you know it. Huh. I actually didn't realize Olivier was here. That's something I didn't see in my practice. But I stalled enough. Let's head up to the garden terrace and see Joshua. I believe it's over here. Nope. Over here? Yeah. And that's where it ends. That's where it leaves you. When I first played this game, I was at a very non-financially well-off place in my new career of being new in LA. And so I hit this point and I had to wait months before I could buy the second game. I feel bad for people who played this game on PSP. Because second chapter, I don't think was localized on PSP. I don't think it came out in the US until it came out on Steam. Because this is such a big cliffhanger. And from my understanding, it wasn't originally intended to be. From my understanding, which could be very wrong, this game and second chapter, the sequel, were meant to be one game. But as they kept working on it, there got to be too much for one game. So it's two games. And this is probably arguably the best introduction to a JRPG world you could ever get. I love this game so much. This game is absolutely a masterclass in world building. And the localization team, freaking, I was very wrong when I said the localization of this game was done by mostly one person. There's a whole team. There's a whole team. But it's so much work for what amounts to a very small team. And it's so good, guys. They gave so much love to this. So much love to this game in their translation and localization. And you won't have to wait as long as the PSP players did, or I did, for second chapter. First off, because we're about to get a preview for second chapter. They've got like a trailer basically programmed into the game. Because, like I said, they knew they were making the sequel. They wanted they wanted this to all to be one thing. But anyway, save your clear data. Save your clear data. Save your clear data. You can bring the clear data over to second chapter. Here's what carries over. If you were below level 30, if Estelle was below level 35, she would start the next game at level 35. Any level between 36 and 40, that's the level Estelle is going to start the next game at. If you were over level 40, then Estelle would start the game at 40. It's balanced. You don't have to I grinded to get to 40, so Estelle was at 40 for the next game. You don't really have to do that. It's a totally fine thing if you start at 35. The game's programmed around starting at 35, so it's just a little easier. You just have a little boost if you start at 40. Your full BP, if you got full BP, you will start the game or get very early on in the game a special quartz, which I'll cover in the second chapter playthrough. You'll have your entire junior bracer notebook you can look at. And there's also some special dialogue that carries over based on side quests you've done in the first game with NPCs in the second game. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I saved my clear data. Let me just do it again. Saved my clear data. If you reload the clear data in this game, you start a new game plus, which is cool. One day I think I'll do a new game plus run where I just do nightmare mode. But yeah, once you finish saving your clear data, you get your little trailer for number 2. It's a very early concept trailer too, I should mention. See, it's reusing a lot of footage, as you can tell. Again, very early concept trailer, because they knew it was going to happen. They just didn't know it wasn't made. A lot of this are set pieces that show up in the second game, though. So, I mean, they basically knew what they were doing. Some concept art for some new outfits for some new characters in general, new artifacts. One epic adventure. Now, I don't know if second chapter is going to be starting right away after this video. Like, I don't know if it's going to be the next spot in the next spot in the uploads. I don't know if it's going to be like, I think if I planned it out correctly, this is supposed to be going up on Monday. I don't know if Wednesday is going to be the start of Trails in the Sky second chapter. I'm working on my research and my walkthrough for the game as we speak. Might be a week or two before we get to it, but it will not be the years that other people had to wait for this game, or the months that I had to wait. Just as like an FYI, for beating the game the first time, you unlock this movie mode. It lets you look at the opening, the ending, or next, which is the trailer for second chapter, whenever you want. But that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm really happy with how this came out, and I hope you are too. And I'll see you in the second chapter.